Hi, my name is Diane Liu, and this week, this is my co-host, Timmy. The thing about Timmy is that I adopted him 2 years ago, and before I adopted Timmy, for years, I swore up and down that I could never be a pet owner because I believed that I was not capable of giving a pet everything it need to have its best life. And I'm really thankful that 2 years ago I changed my mind. I read up on everything about hamster care. I watched dozens of videos. I knew everything about the right mix of food to provide to hamsters. I knew everything about how to provide hamsters enrichment, the type of enclosure you should use, the amount of space that a hamster needed. And I also knew that financially, like whatever it took, I could provide for a hamster. And with that in mind, I went onto Craigslist. I found Timmy, and the very next day, I brought Timmy home. And I'm so glad that 2 years ago, I questioned that limiting belief, because welcoming Timmy into my family has brought me so much joy. And just all the time, I'm just so grateful for him. He is very sweet, and not only did I learn a lot about him, but I also learned a lot about myself, and that I could be the person who, cares very deeply about a pet. And yeah, it's been an amazing 2 years. And I think a lot of that has had to do with him, because Timmy is just an incredible hamster. I adopted Timmy August 1st of 2020. He has been with me through a lot of difficult times, times where things are constantly changing. And for me, Timmy was just very dependable. And the thing he taught me is that, when things are changing rapidly, it is very helpful to have an anchor, something that you can rely on and come back to. I think it's kind of like when they talk about like doing spins and like ice skating. It's very helpful to have a point that you focus on as you're completing your rotations. And for me, that was Timmy. Like every night I could hold him and just know that he would be the same amazing Timmy that he is. And I think that's something that we can all learn from, is that have something that is dependable, whether that is a pet or just like a routine that you do. It can help you be comfortable in times of change. I've loved hamsters for a long time now. In 2002, there was a TV show about another Syrian hamster, and his name was Hamtaro. If you can see the resemblance here. So I watched Hamtaro back when I was like 9 years old, and around that time I had a family friend who had a hamster and couldn't keep the hamster anymore. So my family took that hamster in. I named the hamster Hamtaro. I now think that hamster might have been a girl. but really enjoyed having Hamtaro. I think the thing about Hamtaro that kind of makes me feel like remorseful is I just didn't know how to care for a hamster when I was 9. And, sadly, like, I think that hamster, ended up passing away a lot earlier than the hamster should have, because we just didn't know how to take care of the hamster. So I've always loved hamsters, and when I thought about adopting Timmy, one of the factors that I considered was I figured, like a hamster isn't such a big commitment. A hamster, probably isn't going to live longer than 2 years. And the irony about that now is that I wish I had more time with Timmy. So I'm so happy that he has lived thus far for 2 years and 4 months. That's pretty incredible. And I think I'll always be a hamster person. I don't know if I'll have another hamster in my life in the future, but in my heart, I will always feel so happy when I see a picture of a hamster, when I watch a video of a hamster, when I see people drawing hamsters, or just anything about hamsters. And I think it can be really wonderful to let yourself enjoy that, rather than out of fear prevent yourself from, discovering how much you love something. My favorite thing to do with Timmy is to take photo shoots of him. We had a really fun Christmas photo shoot, as well as a birthday photo shoot for Timmy. I think he is just super photogenic, and it's always been fun to try to see what I could capture him doing. Also, some really good ones are of him like eating a new food, because he will just like gobble it up. So yeah, I think it was honestly just the really basic things. Seeing him like every day and like finding like a new angle to take a photo from, like that was really fun for me. Hi, aren't you a cutie? Yes, you are. Absolute cutie. It's been a while since I've had to grieve something, or grieve someone, and I just feel out of practice. I don't know if grieving is something that you can get good at, but it feels like I'm really bad at it. I think about what it was like before I had Timmy, and it was such a bad time in my life, like 2019, 2020, and so I just associate pre-Timmy as being this like really awful time. So when I think about what it would be like after Timmy, I currently don't know what that will look like. And I don't know how to accept it. I know that the facts are that I am a person and he is a hamster, and hamsters, live shorter lives. Like, these are the facts. And like framing it that way does help, but I don't know what grieving will look like. Any advice there is appreciated. Here's the boy today. He's been very sleepy, really enjoying his naps. But yeah, he's still eating well, so good on that front. So in the past week, I've caught myself doing something kind of unusual. I've been comparing my own loss with other people's loss. I do think that, social comparison is a way of meaning making, but it feels like I was trying to minimize what I'm going through. And I don't know why I would be compelled to do that. It felt like I was trying to avoid feeling this loss by maybe making it seem like it wasn't a loss. Something else that I've been thinking about is, everything is working out the way they were meant to work out. Like, I was always meant to find Timmy. I was always meant to have him in my life. And what I'm experiencing is the conclusion of this journey that was always meant to come. After all this reflection, I think the thing I landed on is that I'm a better person for having Timmy in my life. And I think that Timmy has had a better life because he met me. So I think we changed our lives for the better. And I think, that is a wonderful thing. Even though we're having a really difficult time right now, I'm thankful that I've had Timmy, and I hope that he can be appreciative of having me in his life too. Thank you for following along. Timmy and I have really enjoyed sharing stories with you this week. If you enjoy, please subscribe because I'm looking forward to sharing more stories with you. And until next week, I hope that you stick with whatever you're doing. I hope you stick together with the people you love, and I hope you stick up for what's right. Bye.